Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some mistakes and clear up some confusion. So let's get started. First, this is correct.
Where do we normally play pickleball? Well, we play it on a court.
That's right. We play it on a court. She's talking about the sport of pickleball. We play it on a court. And this is not correct.
This is a court. In English, there are many more sports that play on courts.
There are many more sports that play on courts? Wait, but we play it on a court. We play the sport on a court. So we cannot say there are many more sports that play on a court. Sports don't play. People play sports. So we have to say this using passive voice. There are many more sports that are played on courts. This is correct. We have to use passive voice in this situation. Example, tennis. Tennis is played on a court. I cannot say tennis plays on a court. Sports don't play. People play sports. So sports are played on a court. Some sports. Like tennis. Tennis is played on a court. Let's practice. Is tennis played on a court? That's right. Tennis is played on a court. What about volleyball? Volleyball can be played on a court. We use can be because sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But it's possible. It can be played on a court. We see play is in the participle form, played. Volleyball can be played on a court. It can also be played in the sand, on the beach. Let's practice. Can volleyball be played on a court? That's right. Volleyball can be played on a court. Can volleyball be played on the beach, in the sand? That's right. Volleyball can be played on the beach, in the sand. What about basketball? People play basketball on a court. So if I say basketball, I have to use passive voice and say basketball is played on a court. Let's practice. Is basketball played on a court? That's right. Basketball is played on a court. What about soccer? That's right. In America, this sport is called soccer, and it is not played on a court. It's played on a field. Use the preposition on. Soccer is played on a field. Let's practice. Is soccer played on a court or a field? That's right. Soccer is played on a field. And this sport is football. We don't call it American football because we're in America. We just call it football. And football is also played on a field. Let's practice. Is football also played on a field? That's right. Football is also played on a field. We see the position of also. It goes between your two verbs. Is also played. Football is also played on a field. Now let's talk about pronunciation. And this is not correct.
Today, we are going to learn about something that many English learners face: pronunciation. Ready to improve your English pronunciation? Let's get started. The strongest part of the word is on that second syllable, anxiety. The IE sounds like E in C. And the last part, TY, is like T. So, anxiety.
In the word anxiety, the IE sounds like E in C? This is not correct. The IE does not sound like E in C. It's anxiety. The IE sounds like aye, aye. There are three sounds. I, like hi and bye, y, like yesterday, and like red and bed. Aye, anxiety, anxiety. Let's hear that again.
The strongest part of the word is on that second syllable, anxiety. The IE sounds like E in C. And the last part, TY, is like T. So, anxiety.
And the TY sounds like T? But you didn't say anxiety, you said anxiety. So the T does not sound like T, it sounds like D. It's a fast D. The T is between vowels. So in America, we don't say anxiety, we say anxiety. There's no T. There's no real t sound. Anxiety. Example, he has anxiety. He's very nervous. Let's practice. Does he have anxiety? That's right, he has anxiety. This is also not correct.
Strengthen. You have the str as in street, then ing, like the end of sing. Then comes the tricky part.
In the word strengthen, ing, the sound ing, like the end of sing, there's no ing here. It's eng, streng. Let's look at the difference. When I say ing, like sing, I'm using the long E sound like green beans. E, ing. Sing, bring, thing. Ing makes this long sound, E. But in the word strengthen, we have the letter E with the short S sound like bed and red. So it's the sound not E. Again, streng. Make the nasal sound for the NG, streng, thin. Use the TH with no voice, like think and thank you. Strengthen. It's a verb meaning to make something strong. Example, he's exercising to strengthen his muscles. Remember, muscles, not muscles. There's no k sound, it's muscles. He's exercising to strengthen his muscles, to make them strong. Let's practice. Is he exercising to strengthen his muscles? That's right, he's exercising to strengthen his muscles. This is also not correct.
That OR in the middle often gets reduced and sounds like or even disappears a bit. So it can sound like comfortable. It's not comfortable, it's comfortable.
In the word comfortable, the OR often gets reduced and sounds like Well, maybe if you say comfortable, it's but she's not saying that. She's saying comfortable. So the is not reduced. It moves after the T. Comfortable. It is not reduced. It moves position. So we have two pronunciations. You can say comfortable, or you can say comfortable. And that's what she's trying to teach. Comfortable. The is not reduced. It moves after the T. Let's hear that pronunciation again.
So it can sound like comfortable. It's not comfortable, it's comfortable.
Comfortable. We do not put the stress on the second syllable. It's on the first syllable. We cannot say comfortable. It's comfortable. Put the stress on the first syllable. Comfortable. Example, this chair looks very comfortable. Let's practice. Does the chair look very comfortable? That's right, the chair looks very comfortable. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more. But first, this is not a mistake.
Often. Often.
Pronouncing the word often is not a mistake. Many Americans pronounce it just like that, often. I prefer often with a silent T, but I hear Americans every day pronounce the word often. It's not a mistake. But this is a mistake.
Miss, have you been helped?
No, I don't need help.
I said, have you been helped?
What are you talking about?
I mean, has someone attended you?
Ah, okay. I don't see anybody here. I don't think they have any tickets.
Has someone attended you? We cannot say this. The verb attend is used when you talk about going somewhere, like you attend a class or you attend a meeting. You don't attend a person. So I cannot say, has someone attended you? You can say, has someone helped you? Or maybe, has someone assisted you? But that's kind of formal. It's better to use help. Has somebody helped you? But don't say, has someone attended you? You don't attend people. You attend events. You attend a meeting. You attend a concert. Not people. Example, he attended the meeting yesterday. Let's practice. Did he attend the meeting yesterday? That's right, he attended the meeting yesterday. Also, don't say this.
I gotta take a pee. I gotta take a piss. I gotta take a leak. I gotta go, number 1.
Don't say, I gotta take a pee. Don't say, I gotta take a piss. Don't say, I gotta take a leak. Unless you're a man and you're talking to other men who are your friends in a very informal situation, because these are kind of vulgar. And I've never heard a woman or a lady say these because they're kind of vulgar. And I gotta go, number 1. This is something children say. Children talk about going to the bathroom and they say, I gotta go, number 1, or I gotta go, number 2. But adults would only say this as a joke because this is how children talk. So what should you say?
No solo digas, I have to go to the bathroom. Puedo enseñarte más frases.
You should say, I have to go to the bathroom, or I have to use the restroom. That's what you're supposed to say. I have to go to the bathroom, I have to use the restroom. Don't use these expressions. I gotta take a pee, I gotta take a piss, I gotta take a leak. They sound bad. So example, he has to use the restroom. Let's practice. Does he have to use the restroom? That's right, he has to use the restroom. This is also not correct.
I can provide him a great present.
I cannot say I can provide him a great gift. When you use the verb provide, you need the preposition with. So you can say, I can provide him with a great gift. But here it's better to say give. I can give him a great gift. But if you use provide, remember you need the preposition with. Provide somebody with something. Example, they're providing the people with water. They're giving them water. So I can use the verb provide in the continuous form, providing, and the preposition with. They're providing the people with water, with fresh drinking water. Let's practice. What are they doing? Are they providing the people with water? That's right, they're providing the people with water. Also, don't say this.
Sweetie or sweetheart, sugar, papi, boo, muffin, daddy, beloved.
So if you're talking to a loved one, sure, you can say honey, sweetie, sweetheart, but don't say papi and don't say daddy. First, papi is Spanish, and we don't say daddy to talk about someone that we love, unless you're talking to your father. But if you're talking to your boyfriend or husband, don't call him daddy. That's just weird. And beloved? Oh, my beloved, come sit next to me. People don't talk like this. Beloved is too formal. Say honey, sweetheart, sweetie, but don't say these. This is also not correct.
Maybe I'll buy that for me and get something else for my dad.
You cannot say, I'll buy that for me. If you're doing the action and you're receiving the action, we have to use myself. I'll buy that for myself, not I'll buy that for me. I'll buy that for myself is correct. This is also not correct.
Today, I'm going to teach all of you pharmacy vocab. Let's start with the head. What do you call when you have a throbbing pain in your head? That is called a headache.
You cannot say, what do you call when you have a throbbing pain in your head? After call, we need an object. Use the pronoun it. So you can say, what do you call it when you have a throbbing pain in your head? And the answer is, you call it a headache. Remember, after call, we need an object. Use the pronoun it. So let's practice. What do you call it when you have a throbbing pain in your head? That's right, you call it a headache. This is also not correct.
Y con los zapatos decimos, can I try these on? Or can I put these on?
Can I try these on is not the same as can I put these on. If you're in a store and you want to see if the size is correct, then you say, can I try these on? Can I put these on is when you put your shoes on. Like in the morning, you put on your shoes. You put your shoes on. They're your shoes. That's when we use the phrasal verb put on. You put on your shoes, or you put your shoes on. But again, if you're in a store and you want to try something on, say try on. Can I try these on? Don't say can I put these on. It's not correct. Example, she's trying on the shoes. Or I can say she's trying them on, using the pronoun them in the middle of the phrasal verb. Let's practice. Is she trying on the shoes? That's right, she's trying on the shoes. Is she trying them on? That's right, she's trying them on. This is also not correct.
I shake off my hands.
I cannot say I shake off my hands. Why not? Because your hands don't come off. You don't remove your hands. So you cannot say I shake off my hands. You say I shake water. I shake the water off my hands. But not I shake off my hands. You cannot shake off your head. You cannot shake off your legs. You cannot shake off your feet. Because they don't come off. They're not removed from your body. So again, don't say I shake off my hands. Say I shake the water off my hands. So example, she's shaking the water off her hands. Let's practice. What is she doing? Is she shaking the water off her hands? That's right, she's shaking the water off her hands. This is also not correct.
You can earn up to $100 in this raffle.
I cannot say you can earn up to $100 in this raffle. Why not? Because earn is used when you work for the money. You earn money at your job. If you're playing a game, if you go to the casino, you win money. You don't earn money. So if you play a raffle, you don't earn money, you win money. We cannot use earn in this case. Earn is different. It's when you work for the money. Because a raffle is like a game. You get a number, everybody has a number, they pick the winning number, and that's how you win the raffle. And you win money in the raffle. Example, he won money in the raffle. He won the raffle. He didn't earn money, he won money in the raffle. Win in the present, won in the past. Let's practice. Did he win money in the raffle? That's right, he won money in the raffle. Did he win the raffle? That's right, he won the raffle. This is also not correct.
The ring goes on the ring finger. It's next to the pinky finger.
This is my pinky. This is not my pinky finger. When I say pinky, I don't say the word finger. So remember, when you say pinky, don't say finger. When you say thumb, don't say finger. This is my thumb and this is my pinky. We don't use the word finger for these two fingers. They have specific names. So keep watching for a complete explanation of all the names of the different fingers, and which ones we call fingers and which ones we don't. Look what I found at IKEA. This is a wooden hand. It's made of wood, so we have the adjective wooden. This is a wooden hand. Let's look closer at the wooden hand. Let's learn all the fingers. I have 5 fingers. This finger is called a thumb. Remember, with thumb, the B at the end is silent. This is your thumb. And this is your index finger. Your index finger. And this is your middle finger. Remember, your middle finger is the bad finger. Do not use it. And this is your ring finger, because when you get married, you put a ring on it. That's why it's called your ring finger. And this is not a finger at all. We don't say finger, we say pinky. So remember, the 2 special fingers where we don't say finger are thumb and pinky. For these fingers, we do not say thumb finger or pinky finger. No, this is your pinky and this is your thumb. For the rest of the fingers, we say the word finger. Index finger, middle finger, and ring finger. Now let's talk about the parts of the finger. You see your finger bends here. These are called joints, right? If you're a doctor, you call these joints, but if you're not a doctor, you call these knuckles. These are your knuckles. We see with the word knuckles, the K in the beginning is silent. We don't say knuckles, they're called knuckles. These are knuckles. And what do you do with your knuckles? Well, some people do this and they pop their knuckles. Isn't it horrible? That's called popping your knuckles.
Not crack your knuckles?
Oh yeah, you can say crack your knuckles too.
And what do you do with your knuckles?
You pop your knuckles, or you can say you crack your knuckles. Like this.
And what is a knucklehead?
A knucklehead. A knucklehead is like a stupid person. Someone who's stupid can be called a knucklehead. It's like this. Duh, he's a knucklehead. First, this is not correct.
For example, oh no, there's a bottle of water on the ground.
That's not a bottle of water. That's a water bottle. There's a clear difference. This is a bottle of water. A bottle of water has water inside. This is a bottle of water. And this is a water bottle. If it's empty, it's not a bottle of water. It's a water bottle because there's no water inside. So it's correct to say there's a water bottle on the ground. A plastic water bottle. Let's practice. What is this? That's right, this is a bottle of water. Let's practice. Is there a water bottle on the ground? That's right, there's a water bottle on the ground. This is also not correct.
I'm picking it up and I throw it away in the recycling bin.
I cannot say I'm picking it up and I throw it away. These are two different tenses. When you say I'm picking it up, use a continuous action to talk about something that's happening right now. I'm picking it up. But if you say I throw it away, this is a routine action. It's a simple verb, I throw. But it's not a routine. Use a continuous form. I'm throwing it away. So it's correct to say I'm picking it up and I'm throwing it away. Use the continuous form for both verbs because it's happening right now. Example, she's picking it up and she's throwing it away. Let's practice. Is she picking it up and throwing it away? That's right, she's picking it up and throwing it away. This is also not correct.
I need to figure out how to enter.
You have to use the keypad.
I cannot say I need to figure out how to enter. How to enter what? With the verb enter, we need an object. I need to figure out how to enter the building or how to enter the house. We need to say the building or the house. We need an object with enter. So example, she wants to enter the building. Let's practice. Does she want to enter the building? That's right, she wants to enter the building. This is also not correct.
Now, catch up has a couple of meanings. It can mean meeting someone after not seeing them for a while.
The phrasal verb catch up does not mean to meet someone that you haven't seen for a while. The phrasal verb catch up means to get current. It means to talk about what happened since you last saw the person. That's to catch up. You catch up on what happened. It doesn't mean to meet someone. It means to talk about what has happened since you last saw them. Example, they haven't seen each other for a long time, but now they're talking, so they're catching up on what happened since they last saw each other. Let's practice. They haven't seen each other for a long time. Are they catching up on what happened? That's right, they're catching up on what happened. This is also not correct.
I look up the word ubiquitous in the dictionary. Do you know the definition of ubiquitous? Let me know down below.
Yes, I know what it means, but it's not pronounced ubiquitous. The word is pronounced ubiquitous. Not oo, but u. We need the y sound, like yellow and yesterday. Ubiquitous. Not ubiquitous, but ubiquitous. Ubiquitous is an adjective. It describes something that seems to be everywhere. If it seems to be everywhere, it's ubiquitous. Example, Starbucks. Starbucks is ubiquitous. You see it everywhere. Starbucks is ubiquitous. Let's practice. Is Starbucks ubiquitous? That's right, Starbucks is ubiquitous. Not ubiquitous, but ubiquitous. This is also not correct.
Cher's my favorite singer. Let me turn up the volume.
Cher is my favorite singer. Singer? The word is not pronounced singer. I cannot pronounce the g, the hard G sound here. I cannot say singer, I say singer. Singer. The sound is in your nose. Singer. Link the sounds. Cher is her favorite singer. Not singer, but singer. Let's practice. Is Cher her favorite singer? That's right, Cher is her favorite singer. So we see with the word singer, we do not pronounce the hard g. We say singer, not singer. But with the word longer, we pronounce the g, longer. What's the difference? The pronunciation of NG can be very confusing, so keep watching for a full explanation. Today we're learning all the pronunciations of NG together. When you see NG together, it can have different pronunciations, so let's take a closer look. When you see NG at the end of a word, it makes a nasal sound. It makes a sound in your nose, like this. There's no G sound when you see NG at the end of a word. It makes a sound like young, strong, and working. When you have ing at the end, it makes a sound working, not working G. There's no G sound. It's the sound working. Now sometimes when you see ing, you hear workin', workin'. That's also correct pronunciation. You can say working or workin' with the N sound. Now what happens when we change young and strong to younger and stronger? Or the youngest, the strongest. When we change these adjectives with ER or with EST, we're going to pronounce the G sound, the hard G. So it's younger, ger, with a G sound. Stronger, the youngest, again with the G sound. The strongest, gist, the strongest. Example, he's younger than his brother. He's also the youngest in his family. Let's practice. Is he younger than his brother? That's right, he's younger than his brother. Is he the youngest in the family? That's right, he's the youngest in the family. But what if I change these words? I can change hang to hanger. And I can change sing to singer. When I change these words with ER, I don't pronounce the G sound. It's just the nasal linked together with the Together, hanger, hanger. There's no G sound. I cannot say hanger. I cannot say singer. It's hanger and singer. Example, he has hangers in his closet. Let's practice. Does he have hangers in his closet? That's right, he has hangers in his closet. Not hangers, but hangers. Example, she's a good singer. She's a really good singer. Let's practice. Is she a good singer? That's right, she's a good singer. Not singer, but singer. Now let's look at NG when we have an L after it. When you have an L after it, it makes the G sound, like English. Make the hard G, English. Or jungle, tangle, and angle. These are pronounced with the hard G sound. Example, monkeys live in the jungle. Make the hard G sound, jungle. So you have the nasal sound and the hard G, jungle, go. Monkeys live in the jungle. Let's practice. Where do monkeys live? Do they live in the jungle? That's right, monkeys live in the jungle. Let's practice with tangle. I can say she has a lot of tangles in her hair, or I can describe her hair and say her hair is tangled, using the nasal sound and the hard G, tangled. Her hair is very tangled. Let's practice. Is her hair tangled? That's right, her hair is very tangled. Let's look at this word, mingle. Using the nasal sound and the hard G. Together, mingle. Mingle. Mingle is a verb. It means to talk to people, especially at a party. If you're at a party and you're not talking to people, I'll say, go mingle. You need to mingle. You need to go talk to people at the party. He's at the party, but he's not talking to anybody. Does he need to go mingle? That's right, he needs to go mingle. Now let's compare these two words. We have angle, spelled L-E, making the nasal sound and the hard G. Angle. This is a right angle. It's 90 degrees, so we call it a right angle. And then we have, with E-L, angel. In this word, the G makes a J sound, like jump and juice. Together with the N, a regular N sound, not the nasal but the regular N. Angel. 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 This is an angel. Let's practice. Is this a right angle? That's right, this is a right angle. Use the nasal plus the hard g. Angle. Angle. This is a right angle. Let's look at more words where you have ng in the middle and you make the hard g sound, like language. Language. You have the nasal sound, lang, and the hard g. Gwidge. Language. Language. I have one language, two languages. I speak two languages. How many languages do you speak? Very good. Also this word, single. Single. The ng makes the nasal sound plus the hard g. Single. Single. I'm not single. I'm married. What about you? Are you single? Very good. Also, we have these two words, hungry and hunger. They also make the same sound with the nasal sound and the hard g. Hunger. Hungry. Remember the difference. Hungry is a description. I'm hungry. I want some food. And hunger is a noun. It's the thing. Hunger is a problem for many people. They don't have enough food. They have to live with hunger. It's a noun. And we have this word, tongue. The UE at the end is silent, so we pronounce it like young. Tongue. You have only the nasal sound. There's no g. It's just the sound Tongue. This is my tongue. Tongue. Example, he's sticking out his tongue. Well, I think it's a boy. It's an emoji. He's sticking out his tongue. Let's practice. What is he doing? Is he sticking out his tongue? That's right, he's sticking out his tongue. And when we have ER after NG, we have NGER, it can be pronounced different ways. Example, danger and anger. So with danger, we hear the J sound. Danger. There's no nasal sound. There's no it's a regular N. Danger. With the J sound, like jump and juice. Danger. But we see this word, and it's anger. Let's talk about anger. We have the nasal sound plus the hard G, the G sound. Together, anger. Anger. Anger is a noun, and angry is a description. I can say he's very angry. We use the nasal sound, plus the hard G. Angry. He's very angry. He needs to control his anger. Anger is a noun. He needs to control his anger. Let's practice. Is he angry? That's right, he's very angry. Does he need to control his anger? That's right, he needs to control his anger. And we can compare these two words. Ginger and finger. The NG is in the middle, it's before ER, but you have different pronunciations. With ginger, we use the J sound, like juice and jump, j, and the regular N, ginger. People like to drink tea with ginger. Let's practice. Do you like tea with ginger? Very good. And finger. Finger. We see the nasal sound, plus the hard G, the G. Ger. Finger. I have 10 fingers. Let's practice. How many fingers do you have? Very good. This is a plunger. Plunger. Use the regular N and the J sound, like juice. Plunger. This is a plunger. I keep my plunger in the bathroom. What about you? Where do you keep your plunger? Very good. I keep my plunger in the bathroom too. And this word is stranger. I can use it two ways. I can say, don't talk to strangers. Strangers are people that you don't know. So I tell my children not to talk to strangers. I can also compare and say, he's strange, But this other guy is stranger, meaning he's more strange. I use to compare. He's stranger. He's stranger than his friend. It means he's more strange. He's weirder. He's stranger than his friend. Let's practice with stranger as a person. One stranger, two strangers. I tell my children not to talk to strangers. What about you? Do you tell your children not to talk to strangers? Very good. Usually when you see NGE, it makes the NG sound, like orange or exchange. You make the N sound, not the nasal sound, just N, and the J, like juice. J. Together, orange, orange, or exchange, change or exchange. You have the same sound. J. This word too, challenge, makes the same sound. The regular N plus the J sound. Challenge. What is a challenge? A challenge is something that's difficult but good for you. Like practicing English, learning English. Learning a second language is a big challenge. It's difficult but good for you. Let's practice. Is it a challenge to learn a second language? That's right. It's a challenge to learn a second language. Now let's talk about NG plus S. When you have S after NG, it makes the nasal sound but it also makes a little G sound, but not a hard, strong G. These are bangs. Bangs. There's a little G, but it's not bangs. It's softer. Bangs. I don't have bangs. I don't have hair to hear. Those are called bangs. She has bangs. Let's practice. Does she have bangs? That's right, she has bangs. And you can have one fang or two fangs. These are fangs. A snake has fangs. It's the two teeth. The two sharp teeth are called fangs. Use a long A plus the nasal sound and a soft G. Fangs, fangs. And the S is making a zebra sound, Z, but it's soft. Fangs, fangs. The snake has fangs. Let's practice. Does the snake have fangs? That's right, the snake has fangs. One thing, two things. So NG plus S, it's a soft G. I have many things to do today. I have a lot of things to do today. Things. What about you? Do you have a lot of things to do today? That's right, I have a lot of things to do today. And we have this word, cling, cling. It's a verb. It means stick to or hang on to, hold on to, cling. If I change it with an S, I hear clings, clings. It's a soft G. Not clings, but clings. Example, the baby. The baby clings to his mother. He holds on to his mother. The baby clings to his mother. Let's practice. Does the baby cling to his mother? That's right, the baby clings to his mother. I can change the word cling with Y and make an adjective. Clingy. Clingy describes a person that holds on to somebody. It's not a good thing. Example, she left her ex-boyfriend because he was too clingy. He was always holding on to her, wanting to be near her all the time, and she didn't like it. She thought it was annoying. So she broke up with him because he was too clingy. You hear the sound only the nasal sound here, no G, not clingy, but clingy, clingy. He was too clingy. Let's practice. Why did she break up with her ex-boyfriend? Was he too clingy? That's right, he was too clingy. Or this word, tangy. We have the same sound. It's the nasal sound only. Tangy. Tangy. It's not tangy, it's tangy. Tangy is a flavor when something is strong, maybe acidic. That's a tangy flavor. The flavor is tangy. I like barbecue sauce because it's very tangy. It has vinegar and a lot of spices. Barbecue sauce is very tangy. What about you? Do you like tangy food? Very good. But then we see these two words that have the same spelling, ng plus y, but they're pronounced differently. Example, dingy and stingy. These two words have the regular n sound, n, plus the j, like juice. Together, stin-g. Together, stingy. Or din-g. Together, dingy. This wall is very dingy. It's dark and dirty. Someone needs to clean it. Let's practice. Is the wall very dingy? That's right, the wall is very dingy. Somebody needs to clean it. And the word stingy. Stingy is an adjective. It describes someone who wants to keep everything for themselves. Somebody who doesn't like to share. This boy has a lot of cookies, but he doesn't want to share his cookies with anybody else. He wants to keep them for himself. So he is stingy. He's very stingy. Let's practice. Is the boy very stingy? That's right, he's very stingy. And this word is lounge. Lounge. It makes the regular n, plus the j, lounge. It follows the same pattern as orange and change. J. It's a regular n, plus the soft j sound. Lounge. A lounge is a place to relax. Like at an airport, they have a special place where you can go and relax and have a drink. That's a lounge. He's having a drink in the lounge. Let's practice. Is he having a drink in the lounge? That's right, he's having a drink in the lounge. So let's review. ng has 5 different pronunciations. First, we see long with the sound which is a nasal sound. Long. But then you have longer, where we have the hard g sound. Longer. With the nasal sound plus the hard g. Longer. And we have the j sound. The regular n plus the j sound. Lounge. Lounge. And another one, when you see ing, you have 2 sounds there. You can say working with the sound, but you can also say workin'. Workin'. So the ng can make the n sound. Workin'. I'm working today. Or I'm working today. And we have ngs. Remember with ngs, it makes a soft g. Bangs, bangs, bangs. Things, things. Fangs. Soft g. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.